All right, we're several days later. It's now Wednesday. I think we started this, when did we start this? Friday? I don't think I did anything on the weekend. And then Monday, I put in a full day of, I guess I never really put a full day in, but I don't know how many hours, let's say 8 hours, six or 8 hours of labor. Everything's back together. I'm just, I figured I'd capture it on camera since I'm actually using a torque wrench for once in my life. But we've got the subframe all tacked in. I hope I don't have to go get a subframe alignment. I probably will. But the OE headers are back in place. Everything's buttoned up, just like stock, the spec. And so because we pulled down the oil cooler, I guess this is the oil cooler, isn't it? Or it's just a sump reservoir or something. So I had to pull the oil lines off and dumped, I don't know how much oil. I'm just gonna, rather than trying to guess it, because the dipstick really wasn't registering anything, rather than trying to guess it, I'm just gonna pull it off and replace the oil. It takes how many, 9.4 quarts?
9.5.
Okay, 9.5. I guess I'll dump the filter too.
If you do a filter, it's 9.8. I don't see the point in changing the filter.
Well, I'm not going to change the filter, but dump the oil out of the filter, so I guess I don't if 9.4.
I guess you don't, yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's take the two drain lines off. What are these, like a 17? Nope, 15. Good guess. And then we'll hook the battery back up. And then the main purpose of this video here today was to bring you up to speed, but to do the cool rear valance of the whole rear bumper and carbon fiber. Maybe we don't have any oil in this thing because there ain't nothing coming out. That's why you're not getting anything on the dipstick. Oh, nope. All right. The thing that stinks is, I got whatever. How much is this oil? $40 a...
$29.
Oh, okay.
5 quarts.
I thought it was more than that.
It was on sale.
So I got $60 of oil wasted. Because I only have 50 miles on the car. Probably less than that. It's only 1.5 miles to my house. So, and I've driven it back and forth to my house. That's about it. Maybe around the block a couple of times. So we'll let that drain out and then we'll change the oil, fire up the car. I'm kind of excited to see what the Corsa sounds like with the factory headers on it. But anyway, I had to put factory mid pipe. So it was a pretty extensive project. Whatever they call I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments, but whatever they call that, so you have the cast iron header and then you have the connecting pipe with the cat, so it's a cat pipe or something like that.
So is it not a header? Is it a manifold at that point if it's cast? Like that?
I guess. So you have an exhaust manifold into a manifold connection pipe. I don't know.
A down pipe?
It's not we know it's not a down pipe. All right, so we let the oil drain for a little while, 10 minutes or so. Now we have a fresh platform I'm not going to mess with the filter. And we'll put 9 quarts in. Maybe put like 9 1/4 in, run it for a little bit. I want to check make sure there aren't any exhaust leaks or anything like that. And then we get to do the fun stuff, which is putting the rear bumper on, hoping it fits. And then polishing and coating that. Okay. All right, I was pouring my heart out, and I didn't have the darn battery in there, in my microphone. Anyway, I'm hooking the battery back up. Hopefully it starts. You saw the last video where I darn near exploded my my brain from not disconnecting the battery like you're supposed to. So we got oil in it. Plugs are gapped. Plug wires are all on. Everything's buttoned up. Should work, right? Let's open the door. Start her up. let it run, get to temp, then we'll mess with the back. Headers are for sale if somebody wants them. I can take the do not start sticker off of it now. Oh, I've forgotten about the interior being dialed. Oh, dipstick. Let's put this back in. We still have, what, 2 months, a month and a half. $7,500 of Sonic cabinets, and you get $2,000, a $2,000 tool voucher. So if you buy a decent sized cabinet array, you can get $2,000 worth of tools, which will get you a good head start. I think my total tool cost was it's about 13,000, something like that, 12 or 13,000 for 22 drawers worth of tools. All right, dipsticks in. We theoretically have about 9 quarts of oil in there. We'll add some if needed. No check engine light, at least not yet. Ooh, it sounds a lot better. No more rasp. All right, let's let it warm up. Hallelujah. We do the dab. Yeah. It sounds so much meatier now. It doesn't sound like a little sissy car. It was so loud, but it was too loud. Oh, shoot. Don't drink that bowl. Be the first one to drink that water. It won't kill you. It doesn't kill the grass.
I tested out Scott's tire stuff on your one wheel here. Actually, it looks pretty good.
Oh, you tried it?
Yeah. This one has it.
Oh, did you clean it off really good? With all...
I cleaned it, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? I just like how it looks. So I'm not a fan of detail sprays. In fact, I never use detail sprays. If I'm gonna do something like this, a cleanup where the car's been sitting in the garage like this is where I would use Opti-Clean, which is a variant of Optimum No Rinse that will encapsulate dirt. And I just want to get the dust off the car. Finally starting to climb a little in temp. Oh man. Alcantara feels good, dude. You know, I'm not one to hype things up, but I did a good job on this car. Actually kind of hoping it doesn't sell for a little while now, so I can drive it a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll wipe it down with Opti-Clean here, but this doesn't do particularly well with windows. I feel like it gets a little smeary. And so what I'll do is I'll do the windows separately with some invisible glass. I got the new wicker bill put on. Of course, like I said, I got it and it was all frickin' scratched up. Brand new, right from the place. All right, we'll let it cool down a bit. We'll check the oil level, top it off. I'm gonna finish cleaning up the outside here. I wanna figure out a way to incorporate Nalgene. Like, this is like the most amazing bottle ever. I mean, this is a LDPE type plastic with an amazing cap. But I mean, like, this bottle here is like 20 something bucks to make this viable. And the problem is all the Nalgene stuff has like it's from Thermo Scientific. They have a weird thread type, which there are no dispensing caps that work well with that thread type. Man, this thing came out great though. Yep.
Dripping a little oil on the floor here.
Yep. Probably needs another half a quart.
What, you do 9?
Yep, a little less than
I
9.
guess that makes sense. 9.5.
Yep. Go ahead and put it in there. I mean, the innocent byproduct of all this is we got a really good flushing of the oil system, you know. Ran it a little, real clean, yeah.
It's OG spec oil right there.
Dump it, drive it around for a few miles, change it again. Yeah, I mean, this project, although frustrating for me, you know, if the header situation, if I would have been more proactive, if I didn't have a bunch of cars, it would have taken me a couple of weeks to get that remedied. Because there's just had too much going on, screwing around with too many projects. Gosh, having a new windshield. So getting a new M3 windshield as well. Some weird dudes came by and sold me on it. Or trying to sell me something. I'm like, well, I'd like to have a new windshield for the M3, if you can do that. You know, they told me it's $300. Well, no. The guy that's coming to install it, he's like, $300 for OE glass? He's like, no, not happening.
Like $900.
Right, yeah. I'm just the guy, I'm just the purchaser. I don't know. So I just played dumb.
What are you talking about?
I almost did what I normally did, said, just charge me whatever it costs. And I was a little smarter and just kept my mouth shut. I want to tape that dash up and, oh yeah, get those valve cover thingies. It's like super funky. I think whoever buys this, I mean, you'd have to have your installer compound it first because the PPF isn't going to stick. But I would take it. I'd take it straight to your, or send it to someone really good, and just really nail the car. Just dial it in. This thing's like freaking brand new. That's the thing with one of these cars. This is why I'm confident someone's going to buy it. The only thing you'll have to do is try to find the center console piece. I ran out of patience looking for that. You sure you could get one? Just get one at a junkyard or something. But like if you buy a Corvette from some old man, even if he didn't drive it a lot, they don't know what they're doing. So all this stuff is messed up. And so you know if you get this one, even though it has 21,000 miles on it, it's really sorted. So the reason I'm taping this is so I don't damage any of the surrounding likely fake leather. Perfect. So if you haven't watched the sanding video or the interior cleanup video, I'm gonna go check the, oh, this is so worth it. Go check that out where I show you what I learned from Lars at Colourlock on how to sand this. And you just want to be careful of adjacent areas. You don't want to sand that. I don't want to scuff up the surrounding plastics and leather. That's like a game changer. I'm so mad that I bought all these new interior parts for this thing when I could have just cleaned it really well. I'd cleaned this in that video, but I needed to let it dry before I could sand it like I'm doing now. And the key is you have to go back and forth. Your tendency is going to want to go one way, but you need to go back and forth on it. As long as you're careful around the stitching, I find that that's not an issue either. Of course, I'm going to have to vacuum now. Bryce, throw me one of those Pluffle towels in there that just are a little bit damp. It doesn't look dirty. Dude, look at this. So good. Holy moly. Well, I certainly have learned a lot of life lessons on this car. That's the thing, you know, if I was a Corvette guy, I'd be I'd have a lot of this stuff figured out just from owning them over time. And Lars already sanded this a little bit. I just wanted to touch up this one little spot right here. We didn't sand any of this though. That was just the one spot that needed touched up. Just like edges on paint, you're going to be careful you don't sand through the edge on the Alcantara as well. Yeah, and so I'm just taking something like a damp cloth like this, just to kind of grab the leftover little frays from the Alcantara pieces. That looks good right there. Wow. Oh, I'm so pumped. So pumped.